These days, it seems like celebrities are getting exposed left and right, from B-list down to D-list. It's not often that A-listers are called out for the scummy things they've done in the past, but that's exactly the situation we're currently in with Jay-Z. His ex, Foxy Brown, has recently come out against him, claiming that he dated her when she was underage, then gave her an STD, then broke up with her, and then blacklisted her in the entertainment industry and is supposedly now trying to buy her silence. We know that's kind of a lot to process, but don't worry. Stick around and we'll break it all down for you. So first of all, if you find it hard to remember a time when Jay-Z and Beyonce weren't an item, you're not alone. But check this out.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Foxy Brown was big news in the 90s. As you can see, her rap game was as tight as any of the men leading the rap game in the 90s. She could dance and she was gorgeous. As a matter of fact, she was talented enough that she did a collab with Jay-Z too. So the fact that she seemingly vanished from the scene after their split was curious, to say the least. When you do the math and start piecing together a timeline of the two's collaborations, it's pretty easy to see that something was fishy in their relationship.
Foxy Brown was Jay-Z when she was 15 and he was 27.
There wasn't just one or two collaborations either. These two made a lot of beautiful music together. One of their most popular songs in the 90s blew up once it was featured on Disney's The Nutty Professor, starring Eddie Murphy. But the thing is that the movie wasn't released until 1996, but the song was made in 1994. Foxy was born in 1978, so she was 15 at the time.
Foxy, she's a baby, but she listens to me, you know what I mean?
Jay-Z was a big part of her career, supposedly penning a few of the songs on her first album, but these lyrics are really sketchy when you consider that it was a 15-year-old he wrote them for. Ain't no, like the one I got, no one can fuck you better, sleep around but he gives me a lot, keeps you in diamonds and leathers. Friends tell me I should leave him alone, tell the freaks to find a man of their own. Sure, we all sang some questionable lyrics that we shouldn't have fully understood the meaning of when we were kids, but the difference here is that a powerful man in the industry didn't write the lyrics for us and then sing them with us. Then there's the lyrics to Il Nana. True absolute vodka, straight shots, for the has-beens and have-nots, dollar dollar. Real and it don't stop, we moving up. First the mansion, then the yacht, sound proper. Straight cash, get got, bloodhounds, trying to hunt the brown fox, the Il Nana. In case it's not clear here, this section of lyrics is talking about drinking alcohol, buying mansions and yachts, and being sexually pursued by grown men, all of which an underage Foxy Brown shouldn't have been exposed to, let alone singing about. And even though Hova didn't lend his voice for the song, he did write it, which is probably even worse. This was a powerhouse duo that was widely popular during the 90s, so it seemed pretty weird that Foxy just dropped off the map. And allegedly, it's because Foxy got blacklisted by Jay-Z after they broke up, and he wasn't able to keep her under his control any longer. And even more messed up is the allegation that he slept with her when she was just a teenager. There have been long rumors that he took Foxy's virginity when she was just 15, while he was 27 years old, nearly double her age. During this time, he supposedly bought her things, paid for elaborate shopping trips, and kept her hair and nails done, which the lyrics to Ain't No End suggest. But let's keep in mind that even though she was being pampered by this older man, she was still just in high school. Other rumors have circulated that Hova gave Brown an STD while they were together.
Y'all should go back and talk to all of the that she slept with in Philly when she was in Philly. She burned every last one of them. She sent more to the clinic than COVID.
Another interesting rumor is that there is a tape somewhere out there of Foxy and Jay-Z with Jamie Foxx too. It's interesting that Jamie Foxx is brought up in this situation because we've discussed him on this channel before, and if you want to learn more about what's going on with him, check out that video in the description. After that supposed threesome occurred, the tape of the act mysteriously vanished from Foxy's home. The tea gets even hotter when you learn that Jay-Z had Foxy sign gag orders and that she's called Queen Bey a halitosis-infected heifer. But when the story of the three-way came out, Foxy was quick to deny it, saying, "The atrociousness of the story sickened me to my stomach. Any and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney. In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story with no audio, visual, or written interview clearly was concocted with malicious intent." Okay, so we don't have a video of that particular thing, but the fact that Jay-Z and Foxy Brown were apparently an item in the 90s was something that other people actually witnessed. Nick Cannon even asked Damon Dash how old Foxy Brown was when she first got signed to her record label, to which Dame said,
"I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but
I didn't sign Foxy Brown."
So then Nick said he thought she was around 16 when she got signed with Jay-Z. Dame got defensive and said,
"It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him."
Don't ask me his questions, bro. I'm not taking it.
I'm not just, okay.
Y'all could keep asking me
We're
questions.
moving on.
Y'all keep asking me questions y'all want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't to do with that, and I don't even know nothing about that.
One user on LSA who went to school with Foxy in the 90s said this. He used to pick her up when she went to high school. She went to my school, John Dewey, then BCA, then Westinghouse night classes. He used to pull up to Westinghouse for her. Biggie Def used to pick her up too, but they were legit friends. Everybody knew her and Jay were together. If you're still skeptical, Nas even wrote about the pair's fling in his song Either, which is a diss track about Jay-Z. Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her puss. What you think you getting girls now because of your looks. So even though Foxy denies having a relationship of any sort with Jay-Z, there are a lot of allegations and speculation to the contrary. When the two were good, Foxy spoke really highly of Jay-Z. So if they were still good, it stands to reason that he'd do more for her and help her out in the industry instead of letting her fade into obscurity. At first, people thought that maybe she got lost in the spotlight and her career took a hit because of her feud with Lil' Kim. Foxy got into some legal troubles after the pair's reported split. When she was 17, she got a 30-day suspended sentence and 80 hours of community service for spitting on 2 workers at a hotel. In 2000, she was hospitalized from a car crash in Brooklyn, where she crashed her Range Rover, resulting in her being arrested for driving with a suspended license. 2002 brought more legal woes for the rapper when she got arrested in Jamaica for getting into a dust with a policewoman at an airport. She also didn't show up for her court date in regard to the incident. In 2004, she attacked 2 workers at a nail salon because she didn't want to pay her bill. It was only $20 for those wondering. That resulted in 3 years probation as well as court-ordered anger management classes. She went to court for the case in 2005 and got handcuffed to the benches because she stuck her tongue out at the judge, which was a bad idea, obviously. She even hit the officer who fastened her handcuffs. She wouldn't apologize either, but the judge threatened to hit her with 30 days in jail for contempt of court, which changed her tune. It's also important to note that Jay-Z is close friends with R. Kelly, who is famous for now doing sexually explicit acts with underage girls. Nas said there's no way Jay-Z didn't know what R. Kelly was up to. He said, "I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about and made fun of it and show pictures of Jay-Z hanging out. You can't tell me that Jay-Z didn't see a 14-year-old girl come into the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. You gonna tell me he didn't see no 14-year-old girl come into the vicinity?" He makes a good point. Of course, the old adage that you can tell a lot about a person by the company they keep could ring true here. If Jay-Z was okay with his friend macking on 14-year-old girls, is it possible that's because he was doing it himself with Foxy Brown, and then he blacklisted her when he was done with her? One Twitter user said, "I'm not a Foxy Brown supporter, but I just feel like somewhere in the deep neck of the woods, Foxy Brown was blacklisted by the media and never got a chance to tell her story. It's like she was just forgotten about by some powerful source." Another said, "I think Sean Dreadlocks has her blacklisted. It's so odd to me how he never acknowledges her. I don't trust people like that. Foxy knows a lot of things that man don't want out." Despite what other people say, Foxy says, "Jay has only been wonderful to me and my family, a great friend throughout all the years I've known him, and we had nothing but success as a team." That got people wondering if maybe she was forced to make that statement, however. One user said, "I call BS. If he was such a wonderful person, then why would you take so long to speak out against the rumors? She probably got threatened. Honestly, just because Jay-Z is a good rapper doesn't mean he hasn't done things wrong to people. Who knows, she might have been down to give it up to him when she was younger, but as an adult, she may have realized he was wrong if he took it and bothered her later on in life. My opinion." Some have even suggested that Foxy herself started the rumors, either to out Jay or to get some notoriety. Then there's the idea that maybe her parents were okay with it, or at least turned a blind eye to whatever happened to her when she entered the industry at such a young age.
Yeah, even them other girls that they were saying underage, bro, like they parents was like, man, take her under your wings, you know what I'm saying?
Wendy Williams spoke up when she found out Foxy had a memoir coming out, saying, "Foxy Brown has a memoir coming out in December. You might not care. The book is calling up some of the most controversial moments in her history and life and hip-hop and so on and so forth. Kim, please don't be weak with this writing. Please, if you're gonna tell it good. Foxy is very open about her life. But I remember when Foxy and Jay-Z had I'll Be. Foxy was the star of that." Another Twitter user said, "I heard Jay-Z say in an interview that he met Beyonce at 16, and he said that she was going to be his. Foxy was young, about 15 when she came into the game and was messing with Jay, and so was Rihanna. I don't care what nobody say, Jay was messing with Maya, Aaliyah, and Rihanna. What do you think? Is Foxy telling the truth that there was never anything there? Or is her silence being bought by the man that abused and then blacklisted her? Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.